And while spring break might have made the work week shorter for the legislature, things were still moving at the Capitol. I spoke with Quorum Call's publisher Shawn about what was accomplished, and we started our conversation about Oklahoma's failed attempt to land a Volkswagen battery plant.
Oklahoma amended the LEAD Act, its nearly $700 million economic development incentive program, to make it possible for Volkswagen's electric vehicle battery manufacturing plant, which was known as Project Connect, to qualify. But as you said, Volkswagen chose St. Thomas, Ontario, Canada for the plant. Now, it's really rare that a company comes out and says exactly why it chose one location over another. Governor Kevin Stitt noted Oklahoma was competing against the entire country of Canada for the company. But House Democratic leader Cindy Munson offered another view, saying lawmakers need to stop making laws that limit access to health care for women and transgender Oklahomans, and that the governor and state superintendent of public instruction need to stop working to defund and denounce public schools. We need to redirect our efforts to the proven ways to grow and develop our workforce, she said, and that is ensuring quality health care and a strong public school system.
You know, Shawn, a lot of times we talk about bills which do pass. We very rarely talk about those that don't. But this week we had a bill which would restrict the physical discipline of certain students with disabilities. And just because it didn't gain the support doesn't mean John Talley's bill is quite dead yet.
That's right. House Bill 1028, which would prohibit physical discipline of students with disabilities, is not dead yet. Representative John Talley used a parliamentary maneuver to hold the bill for another possible vote. He served what is called a notice to reconsider. Talley has 3 legislative days, including the day he served the notice, to bring the bill back up for consideration. Because the House met briefly on Wednesday, that means he must exercise that notice and put the bill up for a second vote on Monday.
An ARPA funding bill is being fast-tracked through the legislature right now. It's meant for the Department of Human Services. What would that project do?
The bill appropriates more than $65 million that will then be allocated by the department to various nonprofit organizations for 9 human services related projects, such as promoting healthy childhood environments through expanding capacity for childcare services, providing services to reduce child abuse and neglect by focusing on programs on fathers in high-risk communities, and improvements to a facility that serves victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and human sex trafficking, among others.
A bill which deals with a citizen review board for law enforcement passed the House this week, but there's a little controversy about who would sit on that board.
House Bill 2161 mandates that 2/3 of these citizen boards tasked with policing law enforcement by reviewing things like police shootings and possible police misconduct be made up of certified law enforcement officers, 2/3 of them. We want to make sure that we have people on the committee that actually understand the job of police officers, Representative Ross Ford, the author of the bill, said. But opponents of the measure suggested the bill would create a situation of the fox watching the henhouse potentially.
Well, the legislature is taking a bit of a break this week, a shortened work week because of spring break. Next week is a deadline week. What can we expect?
Thursday, March 23rd is the deadline for bills and joint resolutions to be heard in their chamber of origin. That's House measures in the House and Senate measures in the Senate. There's still a significant number of bills, more than 240 in each chamber, that possibly could be considered. And some of those could be controversial. So it looks like it will be another busy week at 23rd and Lincoln.
So once again, Shawn Ashley, the publisher of Quorum Call, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
The next major deadline, just as Shawn mentioned, is March 23rd, when bills must pass off the House or Senate floor to move to the opposite chamber.